So trying to get fit in your 50s can be a big challenge, just like it was for a client of mine, Marie, when she came to see me. Marie was wanting to lose over 50 pounds. She was lacking in time, not a big fan of gymnasiums, and she was carrying an old injury. And you might be similar as well. In fact, you might be sat there thinking, yeah, Eric, I don't even like exercise, which is perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do in this video is just share with you the 5 things I shared with Marie to help her go from where she was to where she got to. But I also want to make it clear that exercise is not for weight loss. A lot of people think they've got to do exercise to lose weight. And if you go into it with that mindset, you're more than likely going to get injured and give up. But if you go into it with the mindset of exercise is more about a lifestyle change, therefore I can do it slowly, progressively, so I avoid injury, then that's a better starting place. So let's dive into what these 5 things are I shared with Marie to help her go from where she was to where she got to. Okay, so the first recommendation is walking. And I'm not talking about walking 10,000 steps a day, because here's the problem with that. Walking 10,000 steps a day will take you anywhere between an hour and a half up to 2 hours maybe to do that. Not many people can sort of allocate 2 hours a day to walking. Not only that, just think about it. If you've not been walking for a long time, or you've done no sort of walking, to suddenly go from 0 to 10,000, guess what's going to happen to your joints? You're probably going to end up with ankle, knees, hips, or lower back problems. So rather than doing that, think about maybe doing 10 to maybe 20 minutes on a daily basis, but also think about why you're walking. Try and eliminate walking for the purpose of weight loss. I said before, exercise is not for weight loss. Think about it from one of these 3 things. Either you're walking for just like walking meditation to sort of de-stress, maybe you're walking and listening to a podcast, or maybe just walking to sort of get some fresh air, a bit of vitamin D depending upon what time of the day, what time of the year it is. But think about walking as more of a lifestyle activity as opposed to a weight loss activity. So that's number 1, walking, but doing it and starting at an appropriate level for you. Number 2, you want to introduce weight training to your fitness program. Now, weight training is going to help to boost your metabolism, give you better bone health, joint protection, posture. It's going to help to improve your posture or maintain your posture. And you know, I've worked with so many women now that have said to me, when they've got stronger, it's like having a superpower. They can suddenly start lifting things, moving things, carrying things with things that they possibly in the past wouldn't have even thought of, or they would have asked their partner to help them to move something. So resistance training is a critical part of your fitness regime. When I say resistance training, I'm talking about weight training specifically. So number 3, weight training frequency. You want to be aiming for anywhere between 3 to 4 sessions per week. But here's the thing, you want to be starting off with relatively light weight, and you're looking to do 8 to 12 repetitions per exercise. You want to be focused in on your form so that when you do increase the weight, you're not going to get injuries. Now, one of the mistakes that some of my clients have made in the past when they've come to me or told me they've made is they've started off pushing too hard, or they've said they want to feel like they've worked after their workout session. They want to feel all hot and sweaty, or they want to feel as though their muscles are aching. That tells them they've had a good workout. Actually, that's not technically true. I've worked with a lot of clients who have said to me in the past, Eric, I'm not working hard enough, am I doing enough? And they've questioned whether or not I'm actually even know what I'm talking about. But in the long run, they've sort of looked back and thought, oh, I can see why now you started me off so light, because you wanted me to get my form correct. You didn't want me to get injured. But more importantly, I think, is also when you're starting out as a newbie, if you start off too hard and you're pushing too hard and you feel at the end of the session absolutely wiped out, the chances of you repeating that session again, let's say you're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and after a Monday you felt like that, come Wednesday, mentally at the back of your head, there's a bit of a barrier to doing that workout on the Wednesday. Whereas if the Monday session was so easy that you thought, I could do more at the end of the session, the barrier to you doing that on a Wednesday is not there, it's gone. So start off at the appropriate level. Please don't dive in like a lunatic, and build yourself up slowly, progressively, and think about this as being a long-term lifestyle change, not just some sort of a quick fix. The 4th thing I get my clients to focus in on is intensity levels. So if we take a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not working hardly at all, really light, and 10 as hard as you could possibly work. To begin with, first couple of weeks, I would recommend you working between levels 3 and 4. Now you might think that's really easy, Eric. Well, here's the thing. Again, you're working on form, you're giving your body a chance to adapt to exercise. If you're doing it 3 to 4 times a week and you've never exercised before, give your body that chance to adapt and acclimatise to these new exercises, because again, if you push too hard too soon, you're going to get injured. Once you're established, give yourself at least a fortnight to maybe even a month, depending on whether or not you're working with somebody. Once you then look to move it up, the intensity levels can be between 5 and 8. Now, why such a wide range? Well, sometimes you want to be at an 8 because you do want to challenge yourself, but in the appropriate sort of way. And why a 5? Well, sometimes you'll go into the gym like I do. I'll go into my garage gym or my local gym, and you know what? It's just not there that day. So instead of trying to work at a level 7 or an 8, I'll just say, you know what? I'm going to dial it all the way back to a level 5, and that way I'm still doing something. So mentally, psychologically, I'm still doing exercise. I haven't just bailed out on the workout routine. So do give yourself permission to exercise at a lower level, but do think about intensity, especially when you're starting out as a newbie. Before I share the 5th area I get my clients to focus on when it comes to getting fit in your 50s, I just want to make you aware of my free Boost Weight Loss Assessment. A free assessment you can do, takes less than 3 minutes to complete. There's a link below this video. Take you to a page, answer a few questions, take you less than 3 minutes. You get a personalised report and a full action plan, which includes dietary advice and exercise workout routine stuff as well. So you can do that at the end of this video if you want to take another step in terms of getting your weight loss kick started. So what's the 5th thing I get my clients to focus on when they're exercising using weights? I get them to focus on exercising their major muscle groups. So for example, I would get them to do a shoulder press rather than doing a bicep curl. Why? Because when you do a shoulder press, you're not just working your shoulders, you're also working the backs of your arms as well. So it's more functional, but it's also saving you time. It's more efficient in terms of the time that you've got. So if you're doing a squat, for example, you're not just working your thighs front and back, you're working your calf muscles, you're working your glute muscles. So think about working the large muscle groups, your legs, your chest, your back, your shoulders, and your core. When you do that, more functional, and it's going to save you time as well. Now, I've shared with you a lot of information in this video and previous videos where I spoke about mindset, I spoke about diet. You may be thinking, Eric, all good stuff, but how do I put all this information together? Well, in my next video, if it's not on screen, hopefully it is, it's called the Weight Loss Game Plan. Click on that, watch that, and that will go into detail about exactly how I work with my clients in terms of combining mindset, diet and exercise to get the sort of results you've been seeing throughout my videos, like Marie, who took off 57 pounds, Gaynor, who took off 85 pounds. You know, these clients went through the same process I'll be sharing in that weight loss game plan. So again, click on that video now. If it's not there, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that when I do release that weight loss game plan for when you're over 50, you're notified about it. Until then, take very good care and bye for now.